It's Tuesday the 2nd of August 2016 and I'm in Scotland to do a walk up Ben Wyvis, and I'm at the Ben Wyvis car park on the A835 to start the walk, and there's the path ahead. The path crosses this footbridge. After the bridge, the path bears to the right and follows a river. There's a view over to my left. The stepped path climbing through the forest. Never seen that sort of sign before on a path on a mountain. There's the path ahead. One problem of videoing is that I'm pointing into the sun at the moment. Still on the path in the forest. And there's a view looking back the way I've come. You can see the path in the foreground. Again, this is looking back the way I've come. See the path there. There's the view looking ahead. Over to my right, the river tumbles down some rocks. Great view opening up to Ben Wyvis. Some of it looks ever so steep. View along the river. The path bears left away from the river to start the climb. View of the path heading up. Great views over to my left. The path turns and the climbing begins in earnest. The climbing is relentless and the path zigzags up the side of the mountain. It becomes very stepped and steep. The walk passes this enormous rock and still steeply climbing up steps. Heading up to An Cabar. It's been very, very steep. Approaching summit cairn on An Cabar. Past the cairn in the last clip, we come to this cairn, which is the summit of An Cabar. View from the top of An Cabar. Now heading towards Ben Wyvis. Heading towards Ben Wyvis. On the ridge heading towards Ben Wyvis. Cloud is coming down over the tops. And some views over to my left. Approaching the summit of Ben Wyvis. And as you can see, the clouds down. The summit trig point of Ben Wyvis. My 14th Munro. Cloud completely down. Now walking along the ridge back to An Cabar. Approaching the top of An Cabar again on the return route. There's a clearer view of An Cabar. Some views. Now on my right hand side. Heading down from An Cabar. I'm now well down in the descent and the worst is over. I haven't been videoing during the very steep ascent or descent of An Cabar, and it is very steep, and here's a sort of flavour of what you're facing. That's the way up, and it goes on. That's simply a false summit. It goes on much, much further than what you can see there, so be warned if you come this way. And great views over to my left and ahead, and there's the clear path going down. The path is far more gentle now in its descent, and it's a very well constructed path. Higher up it's not so well constructed as this. There's a lot of loose stuff higher up. Looking back to the slopes of An Cabar, you certainly can't see the summit from here. That's just a false summit. There's the slopes of An Cabar again, looking very steep from here. Here, that's the path ahead. Really back at the river, and we'll soon back in the forest. Now back on the path beside the river, soon be entering the forest again. Heading back to the Ben Wyvis car park through the forest. Still heading through the forest with a fence on the right. Should shortly be back at the car park. Back to the track where the lorries cross. Quite near the car park now. Now recrossing the footbridge over the river. Now back at the Ben Wyvis car park and the end of today's epic walk up Ben Wyvis.